Well, good afternoon. I'm sure you all know me by now. And I'm Matthew Cruz, and I decided that I would run for external vice president for Fusion. A big reason why I decided to run for board was because I truly care about the club. Since as a freshman, I found that Fusion was a place for me to go to, and I met a lot of my friends through Fusion. And why I decided to run for executive vice president, well, external vice president, was because I find that a lot of my connections have a lot to do with the engineering community. Me personally, I'm friends with a lot of the upcoming board members for Engineering Student Council. And I find that I can bring that to Fusion by being able to communicate more with the engineering community, really paint ourselves as more of an engineering student organization. A good example of what I'd like to bring to Fusion is by collaborating with ESC and other ESOs, maybe hosting our own VSO, since I don't think we've hosted one in a while. And well, I just hope that you'll take careful consideration and really consider me as executive vice president, because it would mean a lot to me. Thank you.
Okay, we will go into the individual Q&A session. Let's start with the first question.
3 minutes. Okay. So the first question is, Matt, this person said that to have an unprofessional attitude. How would you combat this?
Well, first off, I'd like to say that I personally like to separate work from play, and I take a completely different attitude when it comes to dealing with responsibilities. And if someone were to claim that I am conducting an unprofessional attitude, it means that I probably need to take a step back, reflect, and take a different approach when it comes to my responsibilities.
And the next question is, how would you keep up with relations with Alianza and not just engineering?
Well, with Alianza, as external vice president, it will be a lot of networking. Personally, since I feel that my roots in engineering are already very deeply connected and rooted, it gives me more reason to take some more time and really go out and communicate with other Alianza organizations.
And then, what qualifications can you bring to the EVP position?
Personally, I like to think of myself as a very people person. I find it relatively easy to approach people. Usually, I do my best to give a good first impression, and I usually find myself in positions where I have to represent organizations.
And then the EVP position does require more time commitment, such as going outside meetings or outside sources, more than the other positions. How would you balance your school, possible work, and third-year engineering?
Simply, I would just make a schedule, time everything out, get work done early instead of trying to get it done on time. Because if anything were to happen, at least if everything gets pushed back, you'd be done on time instead of early.
And this is my personal question. Do you have any plans or goals to find volunteering or scholarships for our members?
Well, a lot of that will be, I'm going to collaborate a lot more with ESC. I'll be trying to really pub out events, pub out any outside info I can get.
Oh, okay. That's all the questions that did any of us want to ask during his individual?
Nope.
No? Okay. We can end our individual Q&A then?
All right, we're going to begin with the group Q&A, so it'll have a total of about 10 minutes.
Oh.
Okay, so first question. What are your plans to make Fusion more involved with engineering?
To make Fusion more involved with engineering, I'm going to have to collaborate a lot with ESC, with all the other ESOs. I'll really have to be bouncing around, trying to network and planning out stuff with all these other organizations.
Thank you. So critique the current position holder and how would you better it?
The current, so Sydney, right? Well, I'll admit she does do a lot of connections, and she really goes out there and talks with all the Alianza organizations, and she's done a really good job on that, being social and really representing Fusion. But I feel that since we are an engineering student organization, I do feel it was a little lacking on the engineering side this year, and I think I'd like to bring that back.
So FASAI is one of our resources within Fusion. How would you better utilize FASAI other than the panel?
More than just the panel, it'll be mostly talking with those members a lot more, because I'm sure a lot of them are looking for permanent hires, and that's step one. They could also be looking for internships. As long as you talk to them, see what they have to offer, constantly pump it out whenever you can.
Thank you. This is a scenario question. So a new student comes up. What would your 30 seconds spiel about Fusion be?
I come up to them, ask them, what made you interested in Fusion? And depending on where they take it, I'll talk about Fusion and maybe bring up how I got involved with Fusion.
Thank you. So, as part of executive board, you are in charge of helping the other executive board members resolve board problems, or even possibly the president to be a problem. How would you resolve these issues?
I'd like to start by making sure that everyone gets a say, and after everyone gets a say, we'll see and take it from there and go through discussions and see if we can all come to a consensus on any issue.
And now, this one. Oh, okay. So, knowing that the other candidates are Dominique and Kenny, this was a question to them of how can the other candidate be better? Was it talking about that? Okay, so how can the other
Repeat question.
how can the other candidate be a better EVP compared to you?
Currently, I know I'm the only candidate that doesn't really attend meetings because I have to attend class. Personally, I couldn't go to we're recording this right now because I couldn't go to the actual panel, the actual elections, because I had to take a midterm. And as a third year engineer, they would probably have a lot more time than me, but I will do my best to make sure that I can keep up with all my responsibilities.
Here's a second scenario question. So, two important events are happening at the same time. How would you allocate your time? And would you want to explain on that?
Yeah, so as EVP, you have duties to Fusion and Alianza and engineering. But say on one day there's two events happening, one for Fusion and one for Alianza at the same time, and you need to be at both. How will you allocate your time?
I would spend half my time at the Fusion event, and then once it starts to die down, I'll spend the other time at the engineering event, or vice versa, depending which one is bigger.
This is a. Can I ask a question? Oh, so this was not. It's just for me. How do you feel that you are better than the other two? So it's the opposite of the other question.
How would we do
Dominique
it?
and Kenny are your further.
A lot of the up-and-coming executive members and the board members of Engineering Student Council are actually my personal friends, and I know them on a very personal level, so I can most likely get a lot of information, a lot of better networking through them.
Are there any other questions that we would like to ask Matt? This concludes all written down questions.
No questions.
That will conclude our Q&A.